Market update here on the 23rd. So that was one of the craziest days I think we've all seen in a while. Just insane back and forth the whole day. So yesterday I left off here on, we left off right here. And so my thinking on this is impulsive move. It didn't quite get to the 1.61 fib, but again, this is just a possibility. I don't know for sure what's going to happen tomorrow, but I'm going by probabilities. The way that this moved off the top of the 402.50 all the way down to 392 in an hour, that's an impulsive move to me. But then we get out of nowhere today, they decide to rip it all the way back up to almost 400. And then we sell off to new lows. And then we get another pop back up to 395 from 390 in 5 minutes. So just an absolutely crazy market. Technical analysis will help out a lot, but some of these moves are just kind of random, and you have to just, the most important thing is just risk management. For me personally, right now trading, I just sell options, and then I only buy puts or buy calls with the premium that I'm getting from the sold options. So if I sell, like currently I have some sold puts on Tesla for May 19th. And I'm using that premium to buy puts. And the reason I'm doing that is because I want to be sure that I don't get screwed on one of these moves. Even though I think I know where it's going, I want to have it where I basically can't lose money. I can lose money, but my puts are at like, the sold puts are at like 145. So I sold 3 or 4 down there, and I'm buying like 1 or 2 contracts on the put side. And so that's just kind of how I'm playing it right now. I think that risk management is more important than anything in this choppy market. Because if you're trying to trade, even with Elliott wave, you're trying to trade first wave, second wave pullback, there's just too much chop that's going to like shake you out of your trades. You really got to have conviction. And really, if you're trading options, you got to really, I mean, it's almost better to trade like 3-time ETF or to trade, actually go short the stock rather than trading options. That's my opinion. So I'm only buying options with premium I received. I decided to do that about the start of February when I realized that it was going to be like this ever since the 0 date to options expiration came out in November of last year. And so, yeah, that's my strategy now, and it's working out pretty good because I have complete freedom. I can just let my puts go. If they expire, okay, I make money. If it goes down, I can just sell them for gains. So that's my thinking right now. So a lot of these charts are going every which way, but there's possibilities both ways in my opinion from here now. I think that this could go W, X, Y higher. Talked about this in the video yesterday, but I did put emphasis on the downside. But 390, bottom here at 380, this could go up to 412. I'm not sure if there is a supply zone there or not, but there is a lot of resistance right there. And then again, the other possibility, I'm still leaving this on the table because again, if you look at this right here, how this move started out, it was the exact same way, and that was the first part of this move. So we had A down, B, and then C wave lower. This one, if this is the X wave, it could do something like this. It could go and just come down here and then bounce and then finally get a impulsive move down from there. So it's not out of the question. I mean, and everyone was going crazy when this bounced today. Early, I was too though. I was like, what the heck is going on here? Like, how do you go down? How do you go down an hour from 402 to 392 and then immediately bounce back up to 400 like this didn't even happen? But then we eventually sell off to go to new lows, and it looks like a normal ABC pattern. So I don't think it's an impulsive move, but it could be the start of the A wave down real easily. If that's the case, I would be looking for something like a pullback here into supply and then go lower. Maybe hit the 1.61 fib here down at 382. Maybe get all the way down here to this supply zone or demand zone, and then bounce and then go lower. So on SPY, I see two different paths. We'll see how it plays out. But it's going to be interesting when I go over the charts for the individual tech stocks, because I think there might be some more crazy moves coming up. So anyway, ABC higher to 412, or this move that I had yesterday, I still think it has a chance of playing out. So that's SPY. QQQ, similar to SPY, but actually a lot different, but similar. It can go higher or lower from here. This is still on the table right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's on the table. And then again, we hit supply here. So the move I talked about that I was more sure of yesterday, coming back down here to 285 as possible still too. It would just be like this again. It would just be A wave here, bounce, and then get this move down. So it'd be like it'd probably actually come all the way down here to 296. And that's kind of where I think, even if it does go to 315 to 320, which would be a target if this ends up being a 5-wave move, we're probably still looking at it coming down here and hitting this demand zone at 296, because let's go to the 4-hour. There is a demand zone right there. Let's go to the daily. So before this huge candle, before this huge candle, which went all the way up and almost surpassed the candle after that, the candle before that is sitting here at 293 to 296. So even if we go to 320 and it's a 5-wave move, I still think there's a chance we come all the way back down here in demand. Of course, it only needs to hit the 50% retracement at 302.75, but I still think there's a possibility of that happening. So 2 paths for QQQ. A, B, C, or this is going to end up being the first wave of this. So this would actually be WXY. So WXY, and then this would be 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, like that. So 2 paths on QQQ, 2 paths on SPY, but I don't see as much upside on SPY right now. I still don't think this can be a first wave. So someone want to look at Meta. So Meta, I think that this is a WX pattern now. I looked at this in depth, and I actually think, as crazy as it sounds, I think Meta could go much higher from here. Because I was looking at this looks like a WXY pattern right here. And it only retraces to the 0.23 fib. And then we get this move right here, which actually looks like 5 waves to me. You can see it pretty clearly right here. We get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pull back, and actually I had this set up before. I haven't looked at this chart in a while. It nailed this demand zone right here and then went straight up. So if I would have been watching this more carefully, I probably would have bought right here, but wasn't watching it. We go straight up for a third wave up here, and I think that it might actually still be in a fourth wave. And I think that's why we're getting these crazy moves. I think it's probably likely going to do something like this, and then it can go higher. So I would look for it to come down here to maybe farther than this. I don't want to see it get back into the first wave at 190, but I could see it between 190 and 194. And then I would look for a fifth wave that could take it all the way up to maybe 212 to 216, something like that. It would still be in a supply zone though. But here's what I'm thinking on Meta. If this is WXY, the 1.61 fib of 216 is here at 245. So I think that this has potential, we'll have to watch it, has potential to be a 5-wave move from here. Because 216, pull back again to like probably down here into this demand zone right here before this big move higher. So we're looking at 185. So 216, 185. And then 245 would be the third wave. Pull back, and then the 1.61 fib of this W wave right here is at 264. So this is possible. It can't be ABC, it's got to be WXY. So it technically could be an ABC move here, but I think it's more likely it's a 5-wave move because the 1.61 fib is at 264. And then if we zoom out, that would end up making this whole thing. Let's see, how long did this take? This took a little bit over a year. So I would probably consider this whole move also as, I don't know if it's going to go lower than that or not, but right now it doesn't really matter. Just look for this to be a potential 5-wave move, but on the short term, I would look for a little bit more downside, I think. I think I'm looking for something down here. This doesn't look like an impulsive move. All right, enough about Meta. Apple, same thing. I think that the A wave ended right here. And this is A right here. So we got A, B, and I'm looking for a C wave up here. Because before I was saying it's going to come back down here, but there's this potential that it's already started to move up here. So that's kind of what I'm getting at. And if this is an expanded flat, then we have A, B, and the 1.61 fib is right here at 178. And if this is WX, this looks like a 5-wave move right here to me. Hit 162. I would look for this to 1, 2, maybe 3 here, pull back. We're probably looking at this just being one full move, but again, it could be ABC as well. That actually makes a lot of sense. The 1.61 fib is at, we're not quite there, so maybe this makes an ABC move higher. And we get a different kind of WXY than Meta. This is just ABC, pull back ABC, ABC higher to 177. And then that would be the overall B wave. The only problem with this chart though, if this plays out, is the fact that if the A wave ended right here and the B wave hits the top of this, you would only expect it to come back down here to the end of the A wave. So maybe it goes past this and we get an expanded flat lower. So we'll have to watch Apple and see how that goes. Tesla, two possibilities. I see this as either something like that, but I'm still leaning towards the downside, which is the 145 gap fill. The problem with that is it doesn't make as much sense. If Facebook's going to go up, why would Tesla be sinking? Apple, if it's going to go up, why would Tesla be sinking? So there is a possibility that Tesla also ends up being a bottom right here. and it ends up melting up to our target, which is at be like 276. But again, the 1.23 fib is possible too, which is at 239. So again, just these moves are possible. Maybe something like that, or we get this move and it continues down here. Okay, let's go over Microsoft. Microsoft is actually pretty similar to Facebook in my opinion, and I went over this chart last night. I think this is actually the finish of the whole move right here on the first part of the bear market right here. We finished on October 13th, and then we get an A wave here. Actually, yeah, A, B, and then we get 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we're currently still in this fourth wave right here. And I think we can hit 292 on a fifth wave. So I think there's probably more downside, and I think that this is tricking a lot of people into buying this B wave, but I think it's going to come back down here to probably 265 to 270, and then I'm expecting higher up here to 291. So I might even potentially buy this with a stop, tight stop. But that's what I see on Microsoft, and then it can come back down here. If that's only the B wave, then we're looking at a lot more downside. So Microsoft showing more upside, Meta probably has more upside, Apple has more upside. QQQ could go either way, but based on those, I won't be surprised if this plays out. And they just finished the move right now up to, let's see, we pulled back to 285, and this is 314, so that's like 29 points higher. So we're looking at like 343, something like that. I won't be surprised that plays out, and then that would mean we're getting an expanded flat because we have the X wave right here, A, B right here, and a C wave down. So that would mean we could go all the way down. We'd probably come down here to like 235 or something on to finish the bear market. So that's pretty much what I see on all of those. Did I leave anything out? Amazon, I didn't really look at that today. So Amazon, flat. Still, I guess this could be the same thing. I was looking for downside. We'll have to watch it and see, but it could end up being, I was looking for 78. But I mean, if all the other stocks are going to go up, then this is probably going to go up as well. We'll have to watch Amazon and see where it goes, but I'm going to leave it at that for now. DXY. So that was one of my targets. It hit basically right on the line, right into this support right here. And so I'm looking for higher, but again, this could end up being a 5-wave move right here. Looking like a 5-wave move to me. Yep. It basically nailed the 1.61 fib. So this could either be WXY or it could be a third wave, and we're working on a fourth wave and we go down lower. I would say WXY makes more sense because a fifth wave is not going to take us much below this bottom. And looking at how far we retraced, it could be a first wave too, I guess. Could be 1, something like that is possible, or we're looking at it like A, pullback B, C wave higher, and then go down. So with all these corrective moves, you can see that there's so many different possibilities, but I think that there's going to be upside more than likely. It doesn't matter. If we get the downside first, then we're going to get upside in the next couple months regardless. So I don't think it's a bad thing to be long here despite all the stuff going on in the market. But we could see some short-term more downside, as I showed you on Meta, Microsoft, Apple. I'm not really sure. It could be a B wave right here still. The dollar could bounce, and SPY could keep on trickling down here farther. So we'll watch them, and we'll figure it out. But crazy day today. Hopefully everybody is just using good risk management, because that's the thing that matters the most. Even if you have bad trades, if you have good risk management, you're not going to lose as much money, and you could still make money. If you have good risk management and put on a bad trade, you can still make money. So that's kind of my advice for the market right now. We'll see what plays out tomorrow, but I'm expecting probably more downside. I'm leaning towards that way on SPY, but I think QQQ could go either way. So I'll leave it at that. Leave me a comment, like, subscribe for more updates, and I'll talk to you tomorrow.